Okay, so let's say you're given, and we've talked about this, let's say you've given a function, right? F of x is equal to whatever, x plus 4. What this is saying is that you have a function here that depends on like an independent variable. And whatever this is, or your x, or your we could call this your input, whatever you put in for your input will result in an output of this function. So if you say, what is my output, or what is the result of my function if I put an input of 2? Meaning, whatever I put in this parentheses, or whatever I put, I'm putting a 2 into my function. Whatever's in this parentheses is basically whatever your x is. So I end up putting a 2 plus 4. Right? So if you look at this question here, they're saying the function, or we've talked about this cupcake machine where you have an input and it gives you an output, right? My machine works on an independent variable of x. So if I'm plugging in 3, basically, if my input is 3, what's going to be my output? Now the best thing to do here, again, I use the negative symbol, I use parentheses to plug in whatever my input is, so I see what I'm putting in, 3. Squared, you have your square symbol here. Minus 5, put my 3 in, plus 9, and I would get a result of negative 15. And basically what that's telling me is that if I put an input into my function, this is my f of x. I forgot the little cylinder. This is my f of x. This is my function. If I put in a 3, I'm going to get a result of negative 15 there. Right? If I put in a 3. And then what's being processed is the negative x squared minus 5x plus 9. That's it. I'm putting a 3 in, all these operators are happening, and the result is a negative 15. So the same can be done for each of these questions. Just saying, okay, I'm putting an input of 2, 3. I think it's good to see what I do with the calculator here. 3. Now, if you don't have this x squared, you could always do up caret, which will allow you to put a exponent there, and then you do a right, you move to the right one. I guess you could say this is like your manual mouse here. Plus, I just constantly use parentheses here. Oh, that's actually a minus. Minus 2. Close parentheses, plus 18. And I get a result of 40. And again, the same thing can be used for each of these. And the idea being that each time you have a function, it's saying f of x, a function of x. So a function of your cupcake mix, basically whatever you decide to put in for your cupcake mix will give you a certain cupcake. And whatever you decide to put in, that's what's going to go into the function. So if you decide to put in a 4, you're saying, okay, I'm putting a 4 in for my x, therefore my result is an 8 cupcake.